Okay, hello, I'm Dr. Brown, and I understand you're here for court order anger management.
Yes.
So, would you tell me what the real reason you're here?
Well, I'm pissed off that I'm here, if I'll tell you that. And I'm not even usually like this, but I don't want to have to be here, so I might as well just tell you what's going on. Okay?
Okay, well, tell me then.
And I'm frustrated, and I'm mad, and I don't even like talking about it, but I'm doing stuff I don't normally do, so I'm just going to talk about it. Okay?
Okay, so why don't you tell me why you're mad?
Okay, well, I have this idiotic husband who decided that he wanted to cheat on me. And we have 2 kids. We've been married for 10 years. And like, it wasn't even like something had happened. Like in our marriage, like I had no idea that anything was going on, except I had heard him, like when he was coming in from work, he was always on the phone, like always. And that he's like not a phone talking guy. Like that's not his thing. But he would always be on the phone when he would come home, and I would say his name was John, and I'd be like, John, who are you talking to? And he always said it was a client. So I looked at our phone records, and I find out that it's like the same number, and because I'm a millennial, if I could speak, I looked up the phone number online, and I found out it's this girl, and it's this girl that he works with, okay? So because I like thought I was going crazy, I told my sister, she was like, you should just go to his work and see if you can catch them together, okay? Because like, you know, I watch like court TV and stuff, like this kind of crap happens, I guess, but like not in my family, not in my, you know, perfect family of 4 that we had. So I go to his work, and they're kissing in his car, like on his lunch break. And I go like psychotic. Like, I don't even know what psychotic looks like, but I like lose my mind, and I like started screaming, even started like banging on the hood of the car. I'm not like this. Like, I'm a mom. Like, I don't act like this. I'm like nice usually. I'm like smiley, but now like he just made me crazy seeing them together. But he ended up getting able to settle me down. I went back to my car. I went home. But I find out her address. Like, I ended up like finding it online, and I go to her house, and this is the part I'm like not super thrilled about, but she was coming out of her car, and I just wanted to talk to her because I'm a reasonable person, but I let the anger get the best of me, and I hit her multiple times in the face, which was not good, because then the police got called, and then I was like trying to be reasonable with them, but obviously I have nothing going for me because I just smacked this freaking homewrecker in the face. Actually, not smack. It was like not smack. It was with my fist. Like I would make anybody proud how hard I hit this girl. So I just want to say that I really don't even think I should be here, because I hit the girl that my husband was sleeping with. She ruined my life. So I'm just telling you all this because it's making me very angry all the time. And I'm here.
So let's recap this. So you said that you have 2 kids together.
Yes.
And been married for 2 years.
Yes.
And then just recently started having a little suspicions about something going on with your husband, because he would pull into the driveway with us on the phone.
Yes.
And then so decided to do a little bit of investigation, because he thinks there's more to the story.
Yes.
So we decided to go to his work.
Yes.
And after finding out there was a girl that he was calling.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he caught them kissing during the lunch break out in the car.
Oh, it made me crazy.
Okay. And then so he started taking, this man in your hand by going up to confront them and everything. And he got the address of this person.
It's easy to find the address online. Did you know that?
Okay, well, I wouldn't know about that. But
it's easy. All you have to do is like put her name in and just pop. It's not even my fault. Like her address is online. It's annoying. I don't know.
And so you confronted her at her
Yes.
home. First, you just want to talk to her. But,
Yeah.
But they just got a little bit out of hand.
Yeah. Well, she was like, "Get off my property. You're not supposed to be here. You're a crazy bitch." And I was like, "I'm not. That's not who I am." And it just made me crazy. So then I took matters into my own hands. Literally, this.
Okay, well, let me ask you a bit more. Can you tell me about your mom and dad marriage? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
What does that have to do with this?
Well, sometimes people, think that when they have this marriage, we're trying to get down to where the anger is coming from. Is it because maybe they think that the marriage should be similar, or maybe there's problems from that? I just want to get the idea. Could you tell me a little bit more about your mom and dad's marriage?
I mean, my dad cheated on my mom and still, is with the woman that he cheated on her with.
And when your dad cheated on your mom, did she find out, or, how old were you at that time when this happened?
I was like 18, so I was old, but my mom didn't do anything.
So you pretty much knew it was just played out.
Yeah, and my dad just treated my mom horribly and left her, and she didn't do anything. She just let him go, and now he's with this homewrecker that he's still with, that I refuse to talk to because she totally ruined our family. Destroyed our family.
Okay.
I'm very angry with my dad still.
Okay. So, to this point, are you still angry with him? Are you talking to him or anything?
I mean, he comes to my kids' birthday parties and stuff, but I'm not trying to talk to my dad. I'm way closer to my mom. And yeah, my mom told me not to even get involved with my husband's mistress, the homewrecker, because she said, same thing happened to her. She didn't do anything, but I see her life. I don't want my life to look like her. She's sad all the time. She isolates herself. She's depressed all the time. I wanted to do this because I don't want my life to look like my mom's. And the same thing happened to her, so I'm just taking a different route.
Okay, so let's go back to right now. Where are you at with your, are you ex-husband, or are you still married?
Yeah, we're technically still married.
Okay, so where are you at right now? Is he living with you, or?
Well, I kicked him out of the house. I actually threw all of his clothes on our front yard. That was maybe not my shining moment either. But he's staying with, I don't actually know, I think it's his brother's house he's staying at right now. But he comes to the house to see the kids, but he's not staying at the house. I don't want to see him. He can stay whatever that girl's house is if he wants to sleep somewhere.
Okay. So where'd the girls fit in all this? I'm sorry, the kids?
Yeah, it's 2 girls.
2 girls, so where are they fitting on this?
I haven't really told him everything, but I've told him,
Are they young, or how old are they?
Yeah, but they're 5 and 6.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit different when you were 18.
Yeah, it's. Okay. I don't want to ruin their perception of their dad, but he sucks. So I just said that Daddy is traveling a lot, so they don't know what's happening. He just is not at the house anymore. But
why do you think you need to feel to do that?
Why I have to lie to him?
Why do you feel you need to protect those girls from, saying their dad traveling and all this stuff? Why do you feel you need to do that?
It's really hard for me to say that we're not together anymore. Because we had, from what I thought, was a really good marriage and a really healthy family, and he just totally screwed me over, and it's just really hard for me to talk about. I don't like talking about it, especially with my girls who are so young. It was so hard for me when my dad did that to me when I was 18. It's I can't imagine them, 5 and 6. I just don't want to talk about it with them. I want to protect them from all of this crap going on.
So you just felt like the history was repeating itself?
I guess.
Did you feel like the history was repeating itself? So, but right now you stay in touch with your mom?
Yeah.
And, have that support system?
Yeah, my mom's been great. She was pretty bummed out at me that I hit the girl, the homewrecker. I don't even know her name.
Right.
But, I told my mom I had to take matters into my own hands.
Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to say some words, and I want you, not overthink about it. Just come with what's come to your mind when I say those words. The first word I want to use is relationship.
And I say the first word that comes to my mind.
Yeah, you can say more than one word if you like. So what comes to your mind when you hear that word relationship?
When I hear the word relationship, right now, just think of the word just painful. Really painful.
Okay. Now, let me say the word father.
Oh, a jerk.
Okay. Jerk. So, let's talk about the word family.
Broken.
Okay. Now, let's try another word. Stability.
I don't really feel like there's a lot of stability in my life right now.
Okay.
So maybe none. Really stability.
I noticed that some of these things that, that might have triggered you, that makes you possibly makes you this angry because what you've seen before, that 18 compared to right now. And what you would say about relationship is painful, and we say father jerk and the family broken, it's pretty much similar to what you went through at your time as a child, and so would you say his name is John?
Yeah, my husband, whatever he is, his name is John.
Okay. So, what I would like to us to do right now is we can continue to talk more about this. Try to get to talk more about specifically the relationship you have with your father and the memories you had about your mom and dad at that time when you saw everything. When you saw the mistress. And
Does that happen?
I was like,
That's
did you
all?
not So why are you asking me about my family again? What is that? What do they have to do with right now?
I notice you're getting mad. I mean, you're shaking.
Yeah, I'm mad that I'm here, and I'm mad that you're asking me about my family. Because I'm not court ordered because of my family. I'm court ordered because I hit my husband's homewrecker.
Okay, so are you mad? So are you mad at the court because you're
Yes.
here? Are you mad at me?
Yes,
Why don't
I'm
you
mad
tell
at
me
you.
more about it?
I'm mad at the court because I don't want to be here and I could be doing 100,000 other things except being here, but I'm here. And I'm mad at you because you're a guy and every guy in my life has screwed me over. And I'm mad because I just don't like that you're asking me about my family and my parents or my dad.
Okay. So what would you like to talk about then?
I don't know. You're the therapist. I don't want to talk about anything.
Okay, I want to address that that you're angry at me. But understand that, yes, I'm just thinking I'm just like a male, all other males, because that's your first thought there. But I'm here to help you, not just because it's the court order therapy or anything. I just like to get a better understanding. Maybe we could work throughout this, so about you being mad.
I am very mad.
Well, I understand that, You have every right to be angry about it because, a lot of times people like us, once you get married, you think, to life, to death, it's commitment, And plus you have kids involved. And there's, more people got hurt, not just you, but, you have like mad if your girls are hurt too.
Yes.
And that's understandable. And those are things that we could address it and talking about it. So would you tell me more about, you being mad or what else?
Yeah, I just think it's definitely everything that's happened. I'm getting mad all the time. I'm getting pissed off all the time. And that's not Since my dad's affair, I am more critical of males, but like it's not anything like how angry I've been recently. Like
Right.
the other day, this girl, I was ordering at Chick-fil-A and she got my order wrong, and I screamed at her in the line, and my kids were like so embarrassed, but I just like yelled at her because I was so pissed off. Why didn't you get my order right? Like, oh, so annoying. I don't know. I'm just so annoyed. I'm just angry. I'm just so angry.
When you say you were angry and you had that person that's at the order,
Mm-hmm.
would you say this recent or it was this long time ago?
No, this was like 2 days ago.
Okay. Is this just now started or have you been like this for a long time?
No, like again.
I mean, is there other incidents you could tell me about, that that's similar to it?
Oh, like when I hit my husband's mistress in the face with my fist, like that one?
Well, besides that one, where some, like maybe you went to, say for example, you were driving down the road and someone cut you off, and did you get mad?
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I do that. I'm mad. Wouldn't you be mad if somebody did that?
Okay.
Everybody's mad.
Okay, so this anger, did this start before the fair or after, or did it go further back to with your dad and your mom?
I mean,
What you said earlier, you were saying you were very critical of the others, especially the males. Were you like that in the past? I mean, you just now being critical of them, or have you been that critical?
yeah, I've been pretty, on and off. I've had a bad, I call it like a bad temper. That's all I call it.
Right.
And it's been, I've kind of always been like that. But I guess it really started with my dad and with his affair. That's when I started getting really angry because my mom wouldn't do anything, and so I just kind of felt like it was like protecting her. Like I would yell at my dad and I would get in his face and I would tell him to leave and all this stuff, and so yeah, that's when my temper started getting really bad. And then it kind of was like, okay, when I got married, John for the most part was like pretty, go with the flow, but then man, when I found out about the affair, it was like I've never had a temper like that. I've never hit anybody besides that. And
So when you say you started with your dad, was there a time between that, from your father's affair to your marriage? Well, when you first met John, did you ever date any of the guys? Did you have that same feeling toward the other guys? Did you treat them that way? Or did the thing change, or?
No, I just, after my dad's affair, the only person I dated was John, so there wasn't any other guys.
Okay. So, and I noticed you said that, when your mother didn't do anything, you feel like you protect. So it's pretty much similar to what you're doing right now with your girls. It's just, you're protecting them.
Exactly. Because they don't even know what's going on, so it's just annoying. Makes me really angry because it's like I did that with my mom, now I'm doing that with my girls, and now it's worse than it was with my mom because I'm hitting people now and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, now, since all this happened, where's your father's at this time? Has he come back in the picture, or is he, is he helping out?
Oh, no. My father, yeah. No. He will, he always is trying to call the house to talk to the girls and stuff, and I'm like, not. Especially now, because of what happened with John, I'm not talking to my dad. Like, one of my girls' birthday parties is coming up. I don't even want to invite my dad. I don't want to see my dad. I don't want to see John. I don't want to see men. I don't really like them right now.
So,
they cheat.
So, when the birthday coming up, so you're not going to fight them, just going to fight your mother and your sister.
Yeah.
And, just people you can
trust.
Right,
yes.
trust. And
yes.
just, because you don't want anything to happen, you don't want to have any scene or, because you're still mad. And that's understandable, because you don't want to see that because it's too soon, because you're still mad about this whole thing. and you don't know if it's going to go away. You don't know how you're going to deal with it, especially at that party. And you don't want anything to happen to your girls, too.
Yeah.
So, now, when you say you're mad, you say you never hit anybody before.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Now, did your mom ever hit anybody?
No. My mom didn't even, say anything when my dad was cheating on her in our freaking house. So, she would never do that.
What about your father? Did he ever lay a hand on anybody in the family, or you, or your mom, or have you ever seen other incidents he may lay a hand on someone else? You know?
I, again, don't know. We have to talk about my dad so much in this, but I mean, my dad wasn't, abusive, but, I mean, he would, if we messed up, he would spank us all the way up until we were, older,
He maybe be
10.
verbally abusive?
Yeah, I mean, he would tell us to, he was rough and tough or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't I had friends that were, I had friends that dads were, so nice to them and would, come to their games and, just, go to church with them and stuff, but, my dad was never like that. He was super hard on us. I always had to get all A's and be the best at everything, but if I messed up, I got a spanking. It just was annoying, so, anyway.
Okay. Let me ask you some other questions, if you're not, you don't have to answer, that you're working, when you work, do you work with other males, or is this mostly females there, or I don't know, do you work by yourself?
No, I don't. Well, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with that because we were living off John's salary, so I was just taking care of the girls, so I don't work. So right now he's we still share our bank account and stuff, and I just use his money. I've actually been using a lot of his money recently because I deserve that. Because I mean, he cheated on me, so I can take his money.
Right,
I mean, it's the least he can do.
Because you have the anger, you're just getting back at him.
Yeah. I want to wipe the whole thing out. I'm thinking about wiping the whole thing out. I think that would be appropriate.
Okay.
Sorry.
Probably wouldn't be appropriate.
Okay, I appreciate you coming in. I know it's really hard for you, because I said at the beginning, you're really angry. You feel like, you shouldn't be here. It's not worth your time and everything, but I do appreciate you coming here. What we'll do, we'll address some of the anger you have, especially toward the male, your perception of them, all males.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll talk not just about the males or any divorce or anything. We'll talk mostly about the anger, and we'll just talk how we work through that anger before we go to the next subject. So, what do you think about that?
So I gotta come back next week?
Yes, we'll come back next week. It'll be the same time, same day. But after all, it is court order. So.
Yeah, I kind of thought you'd think I was such a great client that I wouldn't have to come back.
Well, I just can't sign that off yet, because there's a required session before we decide anything, and the judge will have to write this off too as well.
I understand. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.